From iWeather First, this is a tropical update. Good evening, and thanks so much for logging on to iWeather First. I'm meteorologist Richie Pergolese for the evening tropical update on September 7th. Checking out the tropics here, we have a couple things that have changed. That tropical depression has now turned into Tropical Storm Margot, and Hurricane Lee has now increased in size and intensity. Let's go ahead and look at the visible satellite imagery here. You can see in the middle of your screen, that's Hurricane Lee, and just off to the right there, that's Tropical Storm Margot. And let's go ahead and talk about Margot for a little bit here. Here's the visible, and we can see that it's showing increasingly organized convection with some of those convective bursts you can see popping up there in that curved banding you see on the screen as it goes right into the low level center of the system. Now, sea surface temperatures remain in the vicinity of around 28 degrees Celsius, but Margot could encounter some moderate wind shear and drier mid-level relative humidities later in the forecast period. The National Hurricane Center wind speed forecasts bring Margot to hurricane strength in 2 to 3 days. Let's go ahead and look at the official track from the National Hurricane Center. Right now, Tropical Storm Margot, it has winds of 40 miles per hour, moving west-northwest at 17. You can see Sunday around 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when the Hurricane Center believes that it will reach Category 1 status there with winds of 75 miles per hour. And as it goes up here, it's going to be interacting with a weakness in a subtropical ridge over the east central Atlantic. Not going to cause us an issue here. So let's go ahead and talk about what everyone's talking about here in Florida, at least, is Hurricane Lee. So Lee continues to strengthen at an exceptional rate. We can see here as we loop the satellite image here, you can see the eye has finally opened, and then that last frame you see is definitely getting more defined here. You can see that clear symmetric eye surrounded by very cold cloud tops. Now, there's very little shear, as we talked about earlier, so that's why you can see those nice cirrus clouds banding around the system here. So, and is also not encountering any dry air as well, as we can see here in the water vapor satellite imagery here. So that means it just has a clear path here to go ahead and strengthen, and it should rapidly strengthen at least through tonight, and it will become a Category 5 hurricane at some point around a day or so. Internal factors like eye wall replacement cycles will become a factor soon, and these are not easily predictable well in advance, but we don't see an indication that Lee's intensification is stopping yet. However, confidence remains high in the track for Lee, with almost no change made to the official National Hurricane Center track forecast as it was a little bit earlier, with Lee continuing that west-northwesterly track at 15 miles per hour, winds now at 130 miles per hour here, and we can see as we get into tomorrow, it's expected to blow up into a Category 5 hurricane with winds of 165 miles per hour. Think about that. Those are the maximum sustained winds at 165 miles per hour. Wow. Before rapidly going through an eye wall advanced replacement around Sunday through Monday, and that's why you see the Hurricane Center has it dropping down to a Category 4 hurricane, a strong Category 4 hurricane by the end of Tuesday. Let's go ahead and check out the European model here. It's shifted very slightly here. We could see its wind field will impact a little bit of portions of Puerto Rico, maybe a little bit of the North Leeward Islands, not so much. And in the GFS model, we can see it's still thinking it's going to make a more northerly turn. These screenshots were taken for this Tuesday at noon, so as we get closer we'll know a little bit more as to what's going on. Let's go ahead and check out the earliest arrival times here for those tropical storm force winds. Still have a 20 to 30% chance of feeling these effects in Puerto Rico and the Leeward Islands. For the Leeward Islands, it'll be around Saturday morning, and then as we get into Sunday morning, that's when we can expect Puerto Rico to feel those winds there. Back here at home, the 7-day forecast, we see we're getting into those temperatures, staying into the low 90s for your highs, with the weekend looking nice with some bright sunshine on Sunday. That is your iWeather First tropical update. I'm meteorologist Richie Pergolese.